So a follow-up to that, because I believe among the Ivy League schools, Dartmouth has been understood as kind of the most conservative, exclusively for male. I believe just a little bit before you arrived in 1973, it was just for, was not co-ed. And so it's been kind of understood as the most conservative. So tell us, how do you square that then when you say my student experience was this, and then when you came back in 2013, clearly also, I'll get into that next, but the whole world really, we've all been, over the years, we're in such a different world than at that time. So how do you kind of put those two together, where you get that Dartmouth experience from 1973 and then in 2013, and you build on that when they're very different worlds?
Yeah, so I actually, I recognize that there's truth to what you say people's perceptions are. And, I don't think that's the reality of our campus. And I think that it's also not the reality of what I want is a truly diverse set of perspectives. So diverse along, socioeconomic, demographic, political, diversity of thought, as well as diversity in the ways that it's more traditionally understood. I want, as I said, I want not just the diversity, I want the actual interaction and inclusion across campus. And, I think there are ways in which Dartmouth does that well and is aspiring to do it even much better. So there's a very energetic student organization called the Dartmouth Political Union, which has been founded probably about 4 years ago, something like that, pre-pandemic. Anyway, it's committed to bringing a variety of speakers and holding debates on campus. And I'm a big proponent of debates rather than just speakers, because speakers just present one perspective. In debates, you get to hear not only multiple perspectives on the same issue, but you can see respectful dialogue modeled, respectful and open dialogue modeled. So I don't think the reality of Dartmouth is that it is dominated by one political point of view. I think it's a healthy mix, and we're trying to make it even more so.
And just briefly before we move on, why do you think diversity is important? As you said, it's not just about having African Americans represent a larger amount of staff or students, or people that look different, or the women who first came then in the 1970s to Dartmouth. So you have, it's about this different perspectives, probably people coming from different angles, with different interests, just like you coming from upstate New York with a completely different perspective than people from Boston, say. So what is it that you see in diversity? Why do you believe in that?
Yeah, so I know the research literature, and there are decades of studies which show that a diverse set of perspectives do better at making some important kinds of decisions, predictions, creative problem solving than do single experts. So I know that diversity leads to better outcomes as long as there's inclusion. It has to be both diversity and inclusion. So when different perspectives mix, that you achieve stronger intellectual outcomes in many ways. So we not only need our students to understand that, to have lived that, but we also need to help them practice that. And so our campus is a perfect place to introduce our students to this idea that they should listen to multiple perspectives, that there's nothing, it will only make their decision making better. It'll make their problem solving better. So we need them to live that, practice it, understand it, but at the same time, we're trying to solve problems through our research too. And so we need the diverse set of perspectives on our campus to actually help us do better and more impactful work as we take on the issues of the world.